All right, great. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our continuing education course. My name is Paul Croto. Super excited to be with you here today. Actually, I'm not supposed to be with you here today. I'm not supposed to be in class right now. I'm taking Tony Robbins' Business Mastery course, which has been absolutely phenomenal. But I've been so excited about it that I can't even stay away from you folks because I just miss you so much. And I'm excited to bring you some information that I've learned over the past few days, and it's been really great. Getting to meet all the different people at Business Mastery, hearing about different businesses, and the really great news is that Tony asked, around the people, different business owners there, about their business metrics. And I was like, business what? I had no idea what he was talking about. So he's like, if someone doesn't know their business metrics, which I don't think a lot of people there did, because a lot of people run their businesses just by the seat of their pants. Yep, it's just, this is what happened. They see the number at the end of the month, or they get their paycheck in the mail, and that's how they judge how things are going. And they never really know what's going good, what's not going good, what can I do to affect this? It's kind of like getting on the scale. The scale is considered a lag measure, which means it happened afterwards. So you did all this stuff, and then you get on the scale, and then it, either went up or down. And the only way to affect the scale is to look at, well, what are the things I'm doing, or the key things that would drive the scale to go down. Like calorie intake would be one, exercise would be one, so there's these key things when you're losing weight that you need to keep track of, so you can, if you don't like the results you're getting, you can go back to these key metrics and make adjustments. So if the scale didn't go down, you go back and you look at, okay, well, and in everything in the world, there's like 5 to 10 things to keep track of. That's it. Whether it be weight loss, business, relationships, I don't care what it is in the world. There's always 5 to 10 key things. What's really cool is that I'm Elevate, so I somehow maneuver things, or God helps me maneuver things, so that there's always 8 things. So today we're going to go over the 8 business metrics that you need to keep track of in order for you to know, how is my business really going? And the real thing, the big takeaway from Business Mastery is, treating this as a real business, a professional business. I mean, you're professional, certified holistic health coaches. And if you look at certified holistic health coaches from any other certification out there, and there's dozens of them, that all cost, $6,000 to $10,000, if not more, a piece. And with those certifications, those health coaches are not making any more than $25 an hour, tops. And if they're working 40 hours a week, they might be making $1,000 a week, but that's like a full-time job. And those are the best of the best. Here, we can help you get to a place that it's almost absurd kind of money you can make here. I mean, one of my goals is to be one of the top 100 network marketers in the world. But to make that list now, you've got to make a minimum of $200,000 a month, not a year, a month. And that's just to get in number 100. I mean, the numbers here in this industry now are so high, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just unbelievable. What you have in your possession right now is, I don't think any of us really have wrapped our minds around how amazing what we have is. And I've spent the past few days learning about balance sheets and payroll and shipping and customer service and employee management and all these things that have nothing to do with what we do. So many of these things is already done for us, which is fantastic. I mean, it just, as I mentioned this morning, on the Daily Dose call that I was watching Grant Cardone, who builds businesses for a living. He spoke at the GoPro event, and he said that he has no respect for network marketers because they cheat. It's all handed to them. The product's made, the labels are made, the shipping is done, the customer service is done, the payroll's done, all that stuff's done. He has to do all that himself. He's like, all you got to do is go out there and be with the customers, be with the clients. He's like, that's cheating. So he actually has his show. Did anybody see it? Marianne, did you see it? The Undercover Billionaire show? So he had to go to a town. Did you see it, Freddie? Okay. I don't know if it was cool or not. I taped it on. He get a chance to watch it yet. But he goes into a town. They give him like $100 and he can't tell anybody who he is. He's got to wear like a mask or something. And then turn that $100 into $1 million in like a month or something. Something crazy. So anyways, but he's not allowed to join network marketing because that would be cheating, because everything is done for him. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. And I'll tell you a story as I'm doing that here. So okay, let's try that. Okay, can you see it okay, Becca? Should I blow it up a little bit? Is that better? Okay. So Tony asks, anybody here want me to help them with their business metrics? And so of course I raise my hand and he picks on me. So I get to be on the big screen. There's 4,000 people there at this event. And he says, okay, tell me about your business. So I said, well, I'm in a company called Longevity, and we have a program we've installed called the Health Coaching Program, Certified Health Coach. And we take people through a course and certify them. And he's like, so that sends them on like rampage of how huge certifications are these days. I mean, everyone's looking to get certified in something. So he's like, that is the best industry to be in. Anything that's got to do with being certified. So he's like, that's fantastic. So I'm like, we're health coaches. And he's like, well, I own a coaching business. You can call and get a Tony Robbins certified life coach to help you with your life. So I was telling him about our health evaluation system, how we take people through the health evaluation. And he has a system called the Wheel of Life Assessment, which is a thing you fill out. And it kind of lets you know what your score is in the different areas of your life. It's not quite like the health evaluation, but it's sort of like that because it kind of gives you a score and your relationships and your marriage and your spiritual life and all these different things. So it's really cool actually. So he spends tons of money on ads, puts ads on Facebook and Instagram and Google and all over the place. So we had all these ads out there, and people are filling it out to get a free consultation with a certified Tony Robbins life coach. And this is very common. So like for example, if I need some kind of legal help with something, I can call a lawyer, and the lawyer will always give me a free consultation. Tell me what your issue is. I'll hear you out. I want to ask the lawyer a couple of questions, like, what are you going to charge me? Is it per hour? Like, can you help me with this, that? So we go back and forth. And then within 15 minutes or so, he can tell me whether he can help me. I can tell him whether I want him to help me, and kind of lay the cards on the table, and we'll see where we go. I go to like a home show here in New York, and I wanted to get some new windows put in. So you fill out the form, they call you for a free in-home assessment. So they send someone over, free consultation. We'll look at your windows the way they are now, see what kind of condition they're in. We'll measure them, we'll give you a free quote. So I can go on and on and on, but it's very, very common in the world to do free initial consultation. People are very used to that. And as a matter of fact, Tony had so many people signing up for an initial consultation for, to get their life, improved, and not just their health, but their whole life. You know, he was crazy. It was like the crazy amount of leads he generated. But the amount of initial consultations that were actually taking place was rather low. It was only like 18%. And Tony went to his general manager and said, well, why are we getting, 1,000 leads coming in and we're only getting 18% to actually do an initial consultation? They filled out a form to get an initial consultation. And his general manager said, well, they're not taking the wheel of life assessment. So once you apply or request a free consultation from one of Tony Robbins' coaches, the coach sends the person an assessment. Again, this wheel of life assessment. Now, over 80% of the people don't ever take the assessment. So if you don't take the assessment, this manager's policy with the coaches was, don't give them their coaching appointment until they finish the assessment. Now, Tony is a manager of state. Okay, that is what he's best known for, is his state management. But at this moment, he's about this close to killing his general manager. He goes, listen, I made the wheel of life assessment, and I wouldn't take it without talking to someone first, because I have no idea what it's about. So he's like, get rid of that stupid rule. That's the worst rule I've ever heard of. So they got rid of that. They just focused on initial consultations. They didn't even mention the wheel of life assessment until at the end of the initial consultation. And their amount of initial consultations went up from 18% to 98%. So it was just like night and day. And his business exploded. He now runs a $1 billion coaching business because he offers free initial consultations. He said, Paul, if I could give you one piece of advice to pass on to your coaches, make them obsessed with doing free initial consultations. Once they become obsessed with that one thing, everything else will go crazy. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to get on a Zoom tomorrow and tell all the coaches what you just told me, Tony. So that's the first number here. So what I did here on this metric sheet is broke it down in the first quarter of 2021 here. So in January, this might take you a little bit of time to go back and figure out, but you want to figure out for January, February, and so far in March, how many initial consultations are you doing? Now, Cheryl and I have mentioned this numerous times. I do them. Lots of people do them, but we weren't like super like because we said you could invite them to a bunch of things, so a lot of you may have done other things that are gone straight to the health evaluation because you felt like the health evaluation is so good that they should do this first, which I totally understand your thought process. But, from my business, the way it's growing and the amount of people I am enrolling, the high percentage of success I'm having personally points to the fact that I am super good at these initial consultations. Tom Canal talks all day, all night about coffee shop interview, meeting with people. He just like lives at Starbucks or whatever coffee place there is in Colorado that he's at all the time, just drinking coffee all day, meeting with people, super successful. So this is the key number one thing, and I'm going to put the word free in there so that everyone knows that this is a free initial consultation. Okay, so try to make these even here. We'll make this look pretty before you use it here. Okay, so by the way, so if you go to hccc.info, I'm going to create a sorry, Beth, I'm booting you to 11. So section 10 is helpful tools. And we'll put the recording from last week, the Notion recording here. But here, you can click here for business metrics sheet. So You can go there right now or after you watch this video and go get it and print it out yourself. So when you click on that, you're going to see this sheet pop up. So you got 3 initial consultations. So it's totally up to you how many you want to do a month. You know, you can set a goal. I want to do these many. It's, you know, doing this month by month is mandatory, but the big number, the end of the quarter number, the halftime number on June 1st, that's really going to matter. The end of the year number is really going to matter. You know, imagine if you just said, I'm going to do 1 a day. Now, Tom this morning said he did 9 yesterday. Okay, so full-time people, they do a lot of initial consultations with people, initial meetings. You just did 1 a day, 5 days a week, for 50 weeks, that would be 250 free initial consultations per year. I think that's a great number. You do that number, you're going to be a multimillionaire. So it doesn't take millions, but you got to do a lot of initial consultations to make this whole thing work. That's the top of the funnel. Now, when you do the initial consultation, you meet them. My favorite thing to ask someone is, so tell me about yourself. So I get to learn about them. I know what's going on. Where do you live? How old are you? What's going on? Got a wife, got kids. What do you got? What's wrong? If you could change anything about your health, what would you change? So I get to know them. At the end of the meeting, I'm going to share the health evaluation with them. Hey, Becca, if I send you a link to this free health evaluation, would you take it? Yeah, sure, of course. Because they like me now. We know, like, and trust each other. We built a little, you know, built a little relationship here. We connected. So, and again, I recommend this free initial consultations to be in person or through Zoom. This Zoom thing, I mean, so there's 4,000 people at Business Mastery now from 126 countries. Now, if we all had to fly to Florida to go to this, it would be difficult. You know, and then to go get lunch, to go get a hotel, to get a flight, to get all that, it's just a lot. I'm in the comfort of my own home. My bathroom is in the next room. My coffee machine, my water, all my supplements. I got a brand new Uplift desk that is to die for. If you're going to get anything for yourself in life, get yourself an Uplift desk because it's the coolest thing in the world. I'm going to shoot a video and show you how unbelievable my office is now. So, you know, I got all this thing going for me at home. You know, I mean, there's a lot of great things that came out of the past year. You know, was COVID bad? Absolutely. You know, but for what we're doing now, Business Master, and what we've been able to do here on Zoom together as a community is just unbelievable. It's fantastic. So I do all my free initial consultations right here on Zoom. 15 minutes, I got it down to a science. And we'll help you. Like if you're not getting enough free initial consultations, we'll just get on here for an hour and teach you how to get more free initial consultations. Whatever your number is in this column, what if we made it go up by 10%, 20%? You know, what would that do for your business? So we're going to go through each of these numbers, and if we can just tweak each one a little bit, you're going to see your business explode. But it's got to start right here. The next thing, health evaluations. How many health evaluations did you get done in the month of January, the month of February, and so far in the month of March? So we need to know these numbers. After someone fills out a health evaluation, you follow up with them. Hey, let's go over it. So you have so if you did a follow-up appointment, you mark that down, 1 follow-up appointment. So you just know how many follow-up appointments did you do in January. And follow-up appointment is very specific. It's the appointment following the time they fill out the health evaluation. Okay, so I know we use the word follow-up very generally sometimes, like, oh yeah, I'm not really good at my follow-up. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not calling my coaches back. That's not follow-up, that's coaching, or that's being a leader. That has nothing to do with the follow-up we're talking about, which is following up with somebody that is not purchased yet. And you don't count follow-up appointments if you called Joe back 17 times because he wouldn't answer the phone to go over the health evaluation. You get to count Joe once, the time you actually do connect with him, and get to go over the evaluation with him. So I Tony's like, listen, I love evaluations. I love assessments. So I took him through our health evaluation. I got to put it on the big screen there in Business Mastery. And I took Tony Robbins through a health evaluation. And he was blown away. He was like, couldn't believe that we put a number, a real good number to health, which has really never been done before. He's like, I've never seen this done before. I mean, he's been in business for 44 years. He owns 76 companies, which blew me away. Does billions of dollars in sales. And he's like, this is the smoothest thing I've ever seen. I wouldn't be surprised if he calls me today and asks to become part of this whole thing. So he just loved it. He thought this was brilliant. And then I went down and I showed him how we take the products and we actually score each product, and we use this sunflower metaphor. And he's like, sunflower, what is that about? I'm like, well, we own this thing called a mineral mine. He's like, a mineral mine? I'm like, yeah. So we own this mine. We go there, we mine it, and then we make this product, a mineral mine. All it contains is minerals. So he's like, well, that's got to be your focus. I mean, that's fantastic. I'm like, well, it is our focus. It's the stem of the sunflower. So we get everybody on the stem. So we all know that 90 for life, the healthy body packs are only good for 100 pounds. Now, if you're meeting with children and stuff, that's a whole other ballgame. But the average adult that we meet with, I mean, mostly meet with adults, I'm assuming, weighs more than 100 pounds. The average adult weighs like 152 or something. I don't know, some number. Now, do we give them 2 healthy body packs? Is it, do we give them 1.5 somehow? It's hard to do that. But if you gave them a bottle of minerals and a 90 for life pack, right, that would take them to where they need to get to probably, because the big deficiency in their life is the minerals. So we get a bottle of minerals, we get everybody in the stem first. We make it a pack as health coaches. We're going to get people on minerals. Hopefully you can also afford the 90 for life. That's going to be an extra, depending what pack you pick, an extra 135. So 135 and 25 or 20, so now that's 160, somewhere in that ballpark, which is right around where our average order is for the company. But we're going to find out what your average order is today here on this call. So he was blown away by how the whole evaluation worked and the fact that you can go back in and get reevaluated. He just thought this was the best thing he's ever seen. So we do the health evaluation, we follow up, we go through the sunflower, we take an order, and we have that order form that I will, if it's not on the HCCC form yet, we'll make sure it's on there today, because the order form is key to show them the order form. And and I got to put the picture, Becca's been calling me every day to put the picture of the sunflower on the order form. So we have it there. So I will put the picture of the sunflower on the order form so you all have it and can show that to your potential clients. Tony also loves the word clients. Never call someone a customer, call them a client. So I told him we have clients, coaches, and captains. He's like, oh my God, that's phenomenal. I'm like, well, we actually have contacts, and then clients, then coaches, then captains. Like, that's the best thing ever. Keep it all with the letter C. So that was all fantastic. And then enrolling them is not enough. Like I mentioned on the one-star call today, I was talking that it seems like our culture here, we just got to tweak it a little bit, is that we focus a lot on enrolling people. Like we're actually pretty good with 1, 2, 3, 4. We're a real good company with that. We got to get super good at 5, which is elevated health score. So we actually not just enrolled somebody, but we got their health score up. And we got to come up with a percentage here. So maybe like 20% or some kind of number. And I have a mastermind group set up here on the coaching thing. So I'll get with the top coaches and captains, and we'll go over this on what is actually considered an elevated health score. If they went up 20 points, or did they go up 20%, or it's got to be something, probably a percentage, I'm assuming, that we would now classify them as somebody that has an elevated health score. So we met them. Their health score was 30, and now it's 70. I mean, we don't have to get everybody to 90 to show them results. You know, especially if, you know, how many people are we scoring at 20 when we meet them? So from, you know, just 20 to 60 is huge, huge, huge improvement in their health. So doesn't necessarily need to be 90, but we've elevated their health so that their score went up. So how many people in January, February, March have you retested? I don't know if it's retested a first one time retest, the second time you retested them, or the third time you retested them. Not the initial test, the retest. How many people that you have that are clients of yours have you retested and their health score has gone up what you would consider a significant amount, a good amount? So we got to look at that. Okay, I want to know those numbers. You want to know those numbers. You want to not only know these numbers for yourself, but for your whole team. Now, you have something here called a satisfied client, which in the business world is everything. Okay, this person loves you now. Now, we're going to talk a little bit in a moment here about the 3 lag measures in your business. Now, these are all lead measures. So these 8 things are all lead measures. These are things I'm doing, actions I'm taking, things I'm getting done. So the scale, if we're doing weight loss, is down here, which we're measuring on the lag side. How many new orders are we getting? How many return orders are we getting? And what the average order amount is. So if you get someone to get their health score to go up, elevated health score goes up, and this number here, so let's just say enrolled was 10, and elevated health score was 9. So I got 9 out of 10 people to increase their health score significantly. Do you think these 9 people are more likely or less likely to refer people to you that they know? More likely. Now, if they're referring people to you, that counts as new orders, orders that you never had before. Are these 9 people more likely or less likely to have return orders, meaning order every month from now on? Way more likely, because you got them results. Are these 9 people more likely or less likely to buy more products from you? Like products they're not using now. Hey, those products work so good. What else you got? Of course, they're going to be interested in buying more products, because once you prove that something works, they start thinking that there's more things that you have to offer that work just as good, if not better. So by getting this number, by focusing on this metric, number 5, your whole life changes. You know, because your whole business just explodes. You got new members coming in, you got return orders, and you got average order amount. And I don't know if Tracy Wagstaff's on this call or not, but I can tell you, because I work with her so closely for years and years and years, she's the queen of this. I mean, she's got people sending people to her all the time, referrals. She's got everybody, 100% retention rate. Everyone loves her. Everyone's ordering again. And her average order amount is the highest I've ever seen. It's like 2 something, where the rest of the company's down like 152 or 156 or something like that. She's at like 217. You know, because she just goes crazy with number 5. She just wants super satisfied customers. Now, sort of a super satisfied customer is also going to want to be like you. So I would ask Becca, do you have any interest? Congratulations on your awesome weight loss. Congratulations on your health score going up. Do you have any interest in learning about what I do, being a certified holistic health coach? I help people like you every single day. Not only do I make an incredible income doing that, but I also get tremendous fulfillment from helping somebody change their whole life. Whether they have high blood pressure or whatever health problem that they had, it's not there anymore because of me. It's unbelievable fulfillment. I was talking this morning about the most fulfilling thing, and Tony Robbins talks about the ultimate failure in life is to have success without fulfillment. You know, to have this multi-billion-dollar company you built, but to feel unfulfilled. But for me to have all this success and then to sit in the audience at a convention and watch people walk across the stage, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star, and know that I had a small piece to do with that happening is the most fulfilling thing, not only for me, but I cannot think of anything in the world that would be more fulfilling or a better thing to do for mankind. You've completely changed their health. There's nothing more important than health. If you're dead, you're not good to anybody. Health is number one. I changed their health. I changed their family's health. I changed their income. They can do whatever they want. And I changed their freedom. They can do whatever they want whenever they want to. I completely changed their entire life. And not only that, but they're not a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star without affecting a whole bunch of other lives too at the same time. They have a whole team of people. Did I build all that? No, but I was the spark that caused all that to happen. Somebody tell me that something more fulfilling in life than that. Yeah. And then I could, you know, if I want to take this money, so there's a big charity that Tony's involved in a couple of charities. He's involved in this meals thing and this underground railroad thing. You know, I was able to donate a lot of money to these different charities because of the position I'm in, because I've helped other people improve their lives. My whole theme in life is elevate. From the time I wake up at 4:45 a.m. to the time I go to bed at 10 p.m., I'm only thinking about one thing, and that's how do I elevate people? So when you do that, you can do things like donate $10,000 or $20,000 to your favorite charity. You know, there's only 4,000 people at this event. We raised over $1 million in 20 minutes for that one charity. That's a lot of money per person, but they're all able to do that because they're in business and they have the ability to do that kind of stuff. And that makes you feel so fulfilled when you can help other people, when you can give. So there's no business in the world like this. So we've converted these people to coach. Now this number to this number is only going to be 20%. I don't care how good you are. 80% of the people will never go past number 5. Okay, so just make a note of that someplace. 80% will not go to 6. But you got to get someplace close to 20% to go to 6. 10% is still good. 20% is great. You know, so if you're not getting 10%, we got to talk. But you got to get 20. You know, at least 10, hopefully 20% to get a coach. That means they're in the coaching program. Once you get one person in the coaching program, you are now considered what we call a captain, a team captain. One coach on your team that you brought in. Okay, so now you converted them to coach. They went through the coaching program. They enrolled a whole bunch of clients. They took some of these clients and they upgraded, they converted at least one of those clients to coach. Now you're a captain. I'm sorry, they're a captain. Okay, you've been a captain already. Now they're a captain. So you converted, let's say, you know, let's say, you know, you have, let's just say you have 6 coaches on your team. And now, you know, 3 of them aren't just in the coaching program and graduated. They've actually been enrolling people and had somebody themselves in the coaching program. Okay, so now you have some captains on your team. This is where life gets really fun. Okay, and then you got to get 1-stars. How many 1-stars have you created? That's the 8th metric. So Tony's, you know, this goes on for like 45 minutes. So I'm talking with Tony. He's like, okay, now what comes next? Because we don't have any of this figured out yet. We're just going by this, you know, step by step here. And he's walking me through the whole thing. So I said, well, when you get to one because the whole thing is having an exit strategy. How can you go from being a business operator to a business owner where there's an exit strategy for you to actually be able to leave this coaching business and have the income and the free time that we tell you you're going to have? There has to be a clear path on how to make that happen. And when you get this number to be 9, you are considered a 5-star at this company. When you have 9 legs, 9 teams of people, building teams, you don't matter anymore. They're just building. So you want to get, now if you only have 3, if this number is only 3 and 1 or 2 of them kind of something happens, you're in real big trouble. But when you have 9, and there's an argument to have 12. I think you should have 12. Because I never want to lose my 5-star. I get a lot of bonuses at 5-star. So if I have 9, I'm struggling at the end of the month. A lot of you know I'm like, where's Paul? Like, he was around, and now all of a sudden I can't find him because it's the 28th or 29th or 30th. Well, I'm working like 12 hours, 16 hours a day, trying to make sure that my 9 legs are all in place. So I'm building more legs now so that I don't have this craziness at the end of the month. And if 1 or 2 don't qualify, no big deal. I got 12. I got spare tires. It's spare teams that I'm 5-star no matter what. So these are the 8 lead measures, the lead metrics, if you will, that go to your business. And these are the numbers you got to know. You're not really running a business unless you know these 8 numbers. So it's the 8 metrics to elevating your business. So if you have any comments or questions, if you type them in the chat, and Becca, if you can come on and let me know if anybody confused on anything I said. I don't know how you came up with this number or that number.
No questions yet?
Trainer of the year. All right, awesome. I can't wait for you to fill it out because I'll come back here next Thursday and then we'll see if we have, because everyone's got to do their homework and fill this out by next Thursday. So we'll see if you have any questions next Thursday. So now down here, it says, click here for help on finding the last 3 numbers, which are your lag measures. Okay. So we got to know 3 things now that if we're doing these 8 things correctly, these things down here should be really good. So if you click here, a new window will open that you can see, Becca, right? Okay, so this sheet walks you through how to find the last 3 numbers. So number 1, go to ygylogin.com. So I actually own that domain. So I created it as like a shortcut for all of you to use to get to your back office real fast. You click on that, number 1. And number 2, which should be right here. You click on, so when you go to genealogy and then volume totals, you're going to be taken to this page, which for February, you want to click on this blue number here. So in this fake back office, it says 10,750. Does everybody see that? When you click on that number, and if I lost anybody, just type in the chat, Paul, you lost me, and Becca will correct me. When you click on that number, in the upper left-hand corner, you're going to see this right here. Okay, does everybody remember seeing that? Associates with orders is 68. You may have never known what this is about, but I'm going to tell you right now. So your total volume was 10,750. So your total orders here was 87. So how did I get 87 orders? But it says associates with orders 68. See how big of a difference there is between those two numbers? That's because some associates order more than once. So we don't actually want to know how many orders we got. We want to know how many people are ordering. Just because Joe ordered 3 times this month, we can't count that as 3 people. We only can count Joe as once. So there's 68 people who placed 87 orders, which again means some of them placed multiple orders. Now it says normal orders 85. What does that mean? Well, there were 2 return orders. So there was 87 orders, but 2 of them got returned, which got me to 85. Okay, I don't know why they call them normal orders, but that should just mean like orders after returns, you know. So there was 85 orders, but again, the 85 orders came from 68 people. This is the number that matters. Associates with orders is 68. Okay, so you got to fill in the QV, and then you got to fill in the total orders with associates, and this would be 68. So it's the very top number you got to fill in. So if we go back to this sheet here, you put the QV here. Orders is associates with orders. The very top number goes in this blank here. So I would have put 68. So I got that from the very, very top number. Don't look under total orders, 87. It's an inflated number for our purposes. You got to use the top number. And you could watch this video over and over and again and follow along. Okay, so now we got to click on Info Center. So at the very top bar, the purple bar, now we go over to the left, it says Info Center. When you click on that, a whole bunch of information is going to come up. One of the things you want to look at is fill in the auto ship number from your business metric on your business metric sheet. So it'll say auto ship 59. Okay, so we go back to the sheet here. So on auto ship is 59. Now the best day to do this is the last day of the month. Okay, so we always do this in the last day because this number is going to change. Every day, some people go on auto ship or come off of auto ship. So we want to make sure that we're doing this on like the 30th of every month or the 28th of every month. Pick a day. This as long as it's consistent. So now new orders. How do we find out new orders? Well, we go back here. And in the same page on the Info Center, on the right-hand side, you'll see a little chart like this. So it says December, January, February. So it doesn't have March yet because March isn't over. But these are the total number of new members. Actually, I take that back. No, that's correct. Yeah. That because we're doing team numbers here. How you and your team are doing. So I would come back here, and it was 12 for both months, and then back in December it was 18. Okay, so now we got to figure out this number, return orders. How do you know if your retention is good or not? Well, subtract orders from new orders to get return orders. So we got orders, which was 68. And new orders was 12. So where in the world would the other 56 orders come from if they're not new? They're return. It's only 2 types of orders. Either they're new that never happened before, or they're from before that they ordered again. So 56 people, 60 56 people out of the 68 are return customers. So when we divide 56 by 68, it's 82% of the orders for this account are return orders. That's good. You know, you see organizations, 80%, 90% of the orders coming in are return orders. Super great sign. Anything less than 80%, I would consider unacceptable. Because if you're just, if the new orders are 68 or 67 and total orders is 68, that means you only got one person from before to order again. That's horrible. Now you're running a used car lot. You want the majority, 80 to 90% of your income coming from return orders. Now, what's the number one way to make this return orders go up? Auto ship. This is such a great indicator of auto ship. I mean, there's actually more auto ships than there was return orders. So what does that mean? That means 3 people's auto ship didn't go through. They're still on auto ship, but they had a credit card problem. Okay, so this particular account relies 100% on auto ships for their return orders. It's the most important number on this whole sheet of paper is auto ship. Why is auto ship so important? Well, for the person, can we get people healthy in a month? Nope. Is it 90 for 30 days? Is it 90 for 90 days? Nope, it's 90 for life. Dr. Wallach says, if you stop taking the 90, all the work you did to make that health score go to 90 is gonna what? Go away. Now I have clients that are completely upset with this. Their health score is 94. They're like, I got to keep taking this stuff. I'm like, why do you think it was 34 before in the first place? It's because you weren't taking this stuff. If you stop taking the stuff that got you to 94, you're going to go back to 34. That's just the way it works. So I get everybody on auto ship. I have 100% auto ship. If you're not on auto ship, I won't even work with you. And I'm not doing that to be mean or anything else. I'm just saying you won't be successful on this if you don't get on auto ship. Now you can cancel at any time. You can switch it, whatever you want. But it's free shipping. And you won't be successful because everyone is at least as busy, if not busier than I am. And I can't remember to place my own orders. Thank God for auto ship. I wouldn't have gotten orders in months. It just comes. Thank God. Now, average order amount. So we go back here. Had I filled this number in like I was supposed to, 10,750. So the QB here was 10,750. And you can actually do a, right, Becca, you can do like a copy of this page and create it for yourself. So you can't actually write on this like I can. So I own this page, so, and everyone would be writing on this and we'd have chaos. You can print this and write on it, or you can copy it, right, Becca? Like,
yeah, you can make a copy of it and save it to your own Google Drive or
right.
Download it.
Okay. So you could type in here if you wanted to too, you know, either way. So now we have, and I stated it like this, you know, so you would make sense. So divide QB by orders to get average order amount. Divide QB by orders. Okay, so let's go up here. QB 10,750 divided by orders, which was 68. So it's just this number and this number. It's only these two numbers here. Divided by 68 is 150.08. Oops. Does everybody see how I did that? This I type that number to my calculator. I hit the divide button. Then I type 68 in and hit equals. And I get 150.8. Now, let's just say this was January. A year from January, I want this to be $20,000. I want to double my business. That means I've got to go up by 6% every single month. So if we took 10,750 and multiplied it by 6%, it's $645 I got to go up. Okay, so 645 plus 10,750 means in February I have to get to $11,395 in order to double this year. Okay, 6% per month. It's got to go up. Then I would take 6% of 11,395, add that to 11,395, and I can tell you how much I need in March. Now, to go up 6%, there's three numbers. How much do you need each number to go up by 6% total? Two. So if my new orders went up by 2%, my return orders went up by 2%, and my average order amount went up by 2%, my total QV would go up by 6%. Or any combination you want to do. You could make average order go up by 6% and get to 6% that way and not touch new orders or return orders. You keep those the same. Does that make sense? However you want to get to 6, get to 6. But a real obvious way is to help each number go up by 2%. So average order amount, 150.08 times 0.02. So I want my average order amount to go up by 2%, which is $3. So here I got to make this number 153.08. So we can, as health coaches, we can come up with ways to get the average order on our team to go up by $3. And that's where these coaching calls on Thursday become extremely valuable, because we can talk about things like this. Now, how are you going to, what's the best way to make your average order amount go up by $3? It would be focusing on number 5, elevating people's health scores, helping other people get healthier. If they get healthier, they're more likely to buy more stuff. When they retake the health evaluation, guess what the health evaluation does? It makes new recommendations based off of their new score on which add-on products are best for them. And there's a ton of them down there. So just pick something down there that you think would benefit them. Hey, you should try this keto shake. You should try this whatever thing down here. The Sweeties would really help you. It's got a score of 87%. That means Sweeties has an 87% chance of helping this person's health score go up. So the higher the percentage on the products that are on the recommendation part, the better the chance it's going to help their health score go up. So you start recommending those products. You don't even have a product that costs $3, but I'm just saying overall, if you got in the habit of doing this, you would see your average order go up. Now, we're not going to get this to go be $500 a person. So we got to be really focused on these two numbers, new orders coming in, and this is the big one, return orders. You can't let this number slip. How do you keep this number at 56 or keep going up? Get them an auto ship and focus on number 5. How many people have you elevated their health score? If you only help 2 people elevate their health score, if this number is 2, do you think this is going to stay at 59? No. They're going to say this stuff doesn't work. Now, most of the time, they're not even taking the stuff. It's still in the box. We're still sitting in their cabinet. That's why you got to be a health coach. Check in with them. Hey, how's it going? You taking your stuff every day? No, I'm taking it every so often. Okay, well, that's not good. Let's go get the stuff. Let's put it on your kitchen counter, wherever we can find it. Let's put a Post-it note on your forehead. Let's get a tattoo of it. Let's set an alarm on your phone. Let's do something so you remember to take your stuff. Now, if you focus on this sheet of paper here and the other sheet of paper and I got to go look at the other sheet of paper now because like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I gave you a daily sheet to fill out for the week. So I'm going to make sure the daily sheet kind of coincides with this. I'm 99% sure it does. I just want to make sure that nothing else needs to be added or subtracted off of that. But this is just done once a month, this sheet. If you focus on this sheet, you're actually running a real business now. And then we can have real conversations here on Thursdays and talk about, hey, Paul, you know, I got 27 people who are retested, every single person's health score. I've enrolled 27 people, and every single one of their health scores has gone up. But I don't have any health coaches. But when you fill this out, it's going to become blaring obvious, you know, where the issue's at. So now Cheryl and I can teach classes on converting people who have high health scores, who have elevated their health score. How do you convert 20% of those people into coaches? And we'll walk you through that process. And we just want the percentages on each one to go up a little bit. If we can make each one of these numbers, these 8 numbers, to go up just a tad, then you're going to see these numbers at the bottom go up tremendously. But you got to do these 8 before you can affect these numbers at the bottom. And I'm actually going to, and we'll beautify this. I just put this together. I'm actually, again, supposed to be in class right now and not supposed to be doing this, but I wanted to, you know, meet with all of you and really share this with you because it's completely game changing for me to have this sheet here and to know that these numbers down here in this box are what are your lag measures. This is what you really want. But you don't affect these numbers down here unless you do these 8 things up here on top. Okay, great. Any questions? And by the way, all this comes straight from Tony Robbins. I mean, this is, you know, just, he was so impressed with the health evaluation again, the way it points out the score and what products to take, how easy it is to enroll people when you explain the sunflower to them, get them on the stem, get them on the center, get them on the petals they need in that order. Now, if somebody runs into a budget crisis, and you get that emergency phone call, 10 o'clock at night, hey, my auto ship's going to go through tomorrow. Can you cancel it for me? I don't have the money for it. Things are tight this month. Take the petals out first. If you got to take the 90 out, take the 90 out. We don't want you to, but if you got to take it out, life happens sometimes. But never, and I mean never, take the stem out. The stem is 2/3, 66% of your health. Is a $25 bottle of minerals. You know, I built a business when I first met Dr. Walt before longevity was even around. My business was doing 1.8 million a month. I was making $86,000 a month. And all I had was the stem. I had one product, and it wasn't even from our mineral mine. It was from someplace else. that was inferior. You can become a millionaire on the stem. And we're going to be doing a lot of things off the stem. But under no the minerals are the first thing in the shopping cart and the last thing out. If we make that a policy here at our health coaching program, we're going to do fantastic. As a matter of fact, I firmly believe, because of my history with the minerals and with Dr. Walk, as a matter of fact, go listen to Dead Doctors Don't Lie Tonight. Does he mention 90 for life in there once? 90 for life wasn't even invented yet. It's just about the minerals. This company was built on minerals. Yes, you need 90 essential nutrients, no question about it. You will not have optimal health. There's no way you will have a health score of 90 without all, or yeah, you won't have a health score of 90 without all 90 nutrients. We should make up a bumper sticker with that on it, because that's 100% true. But can I take someone from 24 to 54 with minerals? Yeah. As a matter of fact, a lot of families, they can't afford to put the mom, the 2 daughters, and the dad on healthy body packs each. I have a lot of families of 4. They order the 4-pack of minerals and they each get a bottle for the month. It's $96. That's all they can afford right now. But I have thousands of people doing that. That's a lot of money that I make off of just a 4-pack of minerals. Thousands of people doing that. As health coaches, do we know that that's not optimal? Of course we know that's not optimal. But we got to get them on something. And if there's one thing you can get them on, it's the minerals. And I'll tell you what, so I've done a lot of taste testing and stuff with people. And like, obviously our regular minerals don't taste good at all. You got to mix them with something. The cherry mints are good, are very, very good. But those kiwi strawberry, when I have, because I saved that for last. When they do the kiwi strawberry, I mean, I've had people, even at my house, wondering why I'm not a multi-billionaire off of the kiwi strawberry. They're like, this is the best tasting stuff I've ever had in my whole life. And they feel so good because they're so mineral deficient. They feel so good from 1 ounce of that they think I spiked it with, like, you know, a caffeine or some kind of stimulant. There's no caffeine in it. So when we get the reason why, so, you know, my health evaluations, if I did, you know, 20 health evaluations for the month, I did 20 follow-ups. You know, I'm not sitting here to brag, but I get 20 enrolled. I'm real close to 100. I'm in the high 90s all the time, every single month. Now, 20% is great. 100% is unheard of. But I've been doing this for 25 years. My belief in the products is 100%. I'm absolutely certain about them. And that comes through when I'm talking to clients. And I don't care what they come in for. I'm not going to let them leave my site without getting a bottle of minerals, though, I can tell you that. It's not going to happen. We're going to go on minerals. At the very, very least. And I'm super good at getting people from $20 bottle of minerals to a $200 auto ship over 1 or 2 months. 1, 2, 3 months, 3 months from now, I'll have them on $200 auto ship. Because I know if I can get them in the door and get their health score up a little bit with just the minerals, they're going to ask me, what else you got? Hey, I'm glad your health score go up, but it will never get to 90 without taking these other products. Okay. They had the money all along. They just didn't want to give it to me. They didn't trust me enough. They didn't trust these products enough. But once I showed them they work, they go on auto ship for all of it. Because I focused on getting them in and then getting their health score up. And I know a bottle of minerals, whatever your health score is, it's going to make your health evaluation score go up. And we're coming out with some wicked cool tools to help you convert these people to number 6. We got a great 2-minute video coming out. We got another half-an-hour video that we've done once, and we're going to do it again. new website coming out. It's going to be like super cool looking, and people will really want to become a health coach. Any questions in the chat, Becca? Or
Other than recommendations on changing AVE order to AVG order, which is the abbreviation for average. And then return orders, having them as reorders or residual orders. Since we actually do have orders that get returned, and that is the number that's shown.
it's just one word, reorders?
Yep. You could do a hyphen in there.
Is that what Webster says to do?
That works. That works. Verna's asking for some additional training on, I think, what was your request for additional training on, Verna? Oh, Natalie says she thinks it was about the time when you were talking about sharing the products or going from 20 to 200 on auto ship. So upselling.
Yeah, and that comes at the reevaluation, when they retake the health evaluation, and I show them that their health score went up, and then at the bottom of the sheet, it says recommended products. So I re-show them. I'm like, listen, I'm glad you're taking whatever you're taking, but here are some additional products that will make your health score go up faster. It went up 30 points from just what you're taking now. But if you took these other products, it would go up, it would skyrocket. Okay, I'll take the other products. And that's how my average order goes up. Okay, great. Hopefully this was helpful for everybody. I know numbers aren't always the most fun thing in the world to talk about, but I really want all of you to be super successful. I don't feel like you are earning the type of money you could be earning. And it's all because we don't know the numbers. We're not paying attention to the actual numbers. We're not running this as a real business. When you start doing that, when you start looking at this as a real business, and I'm going to keep track like every real business owner does in the world, really keep track of these metrics, you'll see, and not only in your business, but in other people's businesses on your team, where the issue is. Cheryl and I can become better at training you on the things that need actual training on. You know, this number is not good, Paul. All these numbers are great, but this number is not. How do we make that number go up by 10% more than it usually is going up? That's the conversation. That's where I shine, is in teaching strategies on how to make that number not just go up 10%, but go up 15%, which will make a dramatic difference in your business. If you don't know where the hole is or where the problem is, how are you supposed to manage anything? Work on anything. So these numbers are fantastic to know, and will make an enormous difference in your business, and really help you be super successful.
And Marianne made a very good point that if you don't know where your numbers are, how do you know how to improve them?
Exactly. You have no idea what to improve, what to focus on.
Oh, sorry, that was Natalie. Marianne's like, I said, what?
Okay, awesome. Well, I encourage all of you to download this, and then so the video is posted on Facebook right now. And if you want to watch it, rewatch it to fill out your sheet, go ahead and do that, and then make any comments below. And we'll watch the comments during the week. If you have any problems, any questions, put them in that spot so I can go to that one spot and look for them. Otherwise, we'll be back here next Thursday, and we'll just pick up this conversation to see how you're doing with this, and if you have had any aha moments when filling this out.
So for those of you who are asking about where to find this sheet, if you go to hccc.info, scroll down to section number 10, you will find the link to the sheet. And also a link to, from that sheet, you'll get the link to how to find the numbers in the legacy back office.
Okay, awesome. I love all of you. I got to get back to class, learn more stuff so I can come back and teach you more. And good luck with filling out your forms. Again, if you need any help, let me know. We'll be watching the chat, and we will see you tomorrow's Find It Fabulous, 3 p.m. Eastern. And then Monday, we're doing next week's all classes. So Monday all the way through, full classes. The week after, not so much. We'll update the schedule. I think it says that already, but we'll be going out of town on April 3rd. So there'll be minimal classes that week there.
And
like
just
spring break, that's
clarification.
Easter.
Yeah, Paul, just for clarification on Tuesdays. So Tuesdays, there is not a Zoom on hccc.zoom.com. That we're no longer doing the health coach group for the Team Tuesday. That's where you want to start gathering your team or get plugged into another team and start working together in smaller groups so that you have more of that one-on-one mastermind type setting.
Yeah, I mean, even with business mastery, Tony teaches 4,000 people a concept, but then he shoots us into breakout rooms where there's only like 3 of us, 6 of us, or 10 of us. And then we can really get to work and work in that smaller group much more effectively than trying to work with a big thousands of people. So Tuesdays is probably the most powerful day of the week. We got to get it running right though. So if you don't have anybody to plug into, don't be like, oh, well, I have no captain. Let us know. We got to figure out a way to get some kind of board where we can put all the people that don't have any captain to go to a captain's call, or not holding their own captain's call because they don't have any coaches on their team yet, where they can plug into. We'll get, and even Cheryl's volunteered to do multiple calls to help people that fall in that category that don't have a captain's call to go to.
I have a short list for those of you who do not have a captain and want to get plugged in. One more thing before we go. I am trying to put together numbers. Since the summit, it seems like maybe half of the people are no longer receiving the text messages about the daily calls. If you are one of those people who are no longer receiving those text messages because they are scheduled to go out every single day, please send me a private message in Facebook and let me know. I'm trying to put those numbers together so I can present them to the software company that's handling our text messaging program.
Yeah, we're talking about this close to burning their building down. So this is the new plan right here. So join our Telegram announcement list. Number 4. That's all Tony Robbins uses. Doesn't send any text messages out. Everything is done through Telegram. It's a worldwide platform, super reliable. Everybody gets the message in 1 second. So I can't encourage you enough to stop what you're doing right now. Go to hccc.info. Click on this link right here, number 4, and just click subscribe, and we're going to be sending out everything through there. Marianne, I know you're using Community. I'm using Community, and that there's some hiccups with that too, and it's kind of hard to get involved in that. Yeah. Oh, she's raising her hand. Can she talk?
Oh, go ahead, Jill.
No, Marianne. Why not Marianne?
Oh, Marianne?
I want
didn't
Jill to
see
talk too.
Marianne's hand. Was it her physical hand?
Yeah, she's old school.
I was just saying, I use Telegram a lot, and I know Tom's using the community thing, and I've used that a little bit, but currently I'm using Telegram.
Yeah, so it's very effective.
I love it.
Yeah, everyone get on Telegram. Someone else, Jill, you have a question?
Oh, I already unmuted, sorry. It's not really a question, it's kind of a statement. First of all, this was absolutely over the top amazing. And if your thing is still going on, I can't believe that you dedicated 3 calls today. Is your thing still going on?
Yeah.
Or is it over?
No, it's
I
still
can't
going
even,
on.
I can't even believe it. One time I signed up for Michael Burnoff and I had to leave to hold my essential oil meeting that I had previously advertised. And I felt like I was totally lost, like I'd lost a huge chunk of what was going on, and I regretted it, you know. And when I heard you were doing the Daily Dose call today, I just couldn't even believe you were doing it. And you did it on 3 calls I was on. So hats off to you, Paul. I mean, you're definitely dedicated. And I mean, I don't know how we give you a better award than Trainer of the Year, but you know, you deserved it then, but you've grown so much since then. And this is incredible. What a gift that you've given us. So thank you so much. And I just appreciate that you took that time away today. And, you know, for us, it was worth it. I hope it was for you.
Yeah, I
And I
mean,
know-
he told me, he's like, so it's $15,000 to do this course. And he's like, if you don't make $1 million from what I'm telling you, an extra $1 million, then I'll give you the whole, all your money back. So I'm like, well, I'm just
Wow.
gonna get the 15,000 back. I mean, there's no way. But this is just one idea. I have 100 more just like this that are
Yeah,
even better than this. So I have
yeah.
to start
So,
with this one.
so you almost
Of
needed
things
the
I
day
learned.
off. You almost needed the day away to process all of it and make it. But anyways, I can't believe you did a shake up challenge in the middle of this training. And I'm sure that probably, you know, kind of happened by accident. So I don't really mean to be complaining. I'm one of the people that's not getting text messages, and it seems like most of the people in my team are not getting them either. And I literally haven't gotten them for a month, but I know when things are. And so I cut and paste from old ones and send them to my team and keep going. But, you know, I missed a little bit with the shake up challenge. And I had somebody, she's a brand new person. She started with the shake up challenge. That's all she started with. And we already ordered her a Healthy Body Start Pack that's on the way, and some other products. But her perception was that since she posted the first day, she had a great post. But her perception was, since she wasn't getting the text messages, that she wasn't in the contest.
Right.
And so she stopped posting. So she did not post for day 2 or 3. And, you know, you try to feel people out who are customers versus distributors and what they're willing to do on Facebook. And so that's why I didn't push immediately and say,
Yeah.
please do it, please do it, please do it. And then I kind of swung back today because I saw I was having a little problem with people posting. And that was kind of the response, was that they didn't get the text. They didn't think they're in the contest. And I'm like, oh, no. All you have to do is post the hashtag and post your post and you're in the contest. So I'm just mentioning that. It's a teeny little
No,
bit.
it's,
but
you know, anybody that
I-
has something like that happen, see, I don't know that happened. So now I'm gonna call
Yeah.
my texting company right now. I was on the phone with them yesterday for a totally different reason. So if you want to, like, because we had people in the shake challenge or other things we were doing that they thought we were sending too many texts. So they said, stop. Well, it wasn't taking them out. They were real upset. So, you know, we got that fixed, but I didn't realize other people weren't even getting the text. So
Yeah, I haven't gotten them since February 26th, except for occasional manual ones. Like I get those Tuesday ones that say, do a team call. That's the only text messages that I get. I don't know why I get them and I get nothing else, but I have literally,
it's
I looked.
interesting because that text is the only text that doesn't have a link in it.
Well, no, that's going to the same group, Paul.
I know, but it's going to the same group, but it has no link in it.
Oh,
So what's happening is some of these phone providers are picking up on text messages as if they're emails and putting it into like a junk folder.
So what do
So
I
we
do to
gotta-
change that?
We gotta run our text messages through like a filter to see if there's something that we can do or that's catching them. And it can be the letters HCCC, like they picked up on that. There's actually a list you can go to see if it's on the bad list.
Well, I personally got new devices, but I had them back in January.
It doesn't
so
matter the device, it
I don't
matters
know why.
the carrier.
Yeah, I don't know
Like
why.
if
And again,
AT&T says HCCC is a bad domain name, it'll start flagging them as
yeah,
spam.
well, I'm Verizon, and I bet if I asked the people on that in my group probably are too. And that's why we're all in the same. So, yeah.
But it's interesting
Anyways,
that
thank
Tuesday
you.
goes through because there's no Lincoln Tuesday.
Yeah, that's all I've gotten. I mean, Rebecca knows this because I was talking to her about it yesterday. She's been trying to figure out what the problem is. So anyways.
Well, I'm gonna go back to